You look right now at like Randy. He was from the I think he was from the LA Breakers. Kid Tough. They're all in jail, and it's like even Float, one of the best breakers ever in New York City, which is in jail for murder right now.
Buck 4 got involved with hustling, doing his thing. Along with that game comes a lot of, ridiculous beef. Sometimes there's beef, and then one person gets murdered, another person on the other side gets murdered, and eventually it got to a point where they found out where Buck lived. They caught him in his garage, and they basically kind of like tortured him and murdered him execution style.
We'd like to have a moment of silence for them, excuse me. So everyone, if they can be quiet for a few moments, just to honor those brothers that have passed away.
Look in the street and see muggings, killings, and you say to yourself, hey, I'm doing something for this world, I'm entertaining people. That's good, that makes me feel good.
Thank you.
Now, there are a lot of people from the old school that aren't here right now. My first moment of silence goes out to Kid Tough from the Dominoes. Kid Tough got to the point where he was one of the best on the West Coast. I mean, one of the best. He got caught up. He ended up doing time. He got back out. He was going to start breaking. I talked to him 2 days right before it happened, and he was killed. They took breaking away from us. Gang banging and dope dealing came in, and I know everybody from here know what that means.
Want to be a gangster, want to be a thug aspect. Don't get too caught up in that. Always understand that this is entertainment, you know? You don't see Robert De Niro trying to kill Al Pacino, you know what I'm saying? Or Joe Pesci, them is actors, you dig it? Just like all these rappers is basically actors. Let's be for real here, I know.
I lay low and let the day go, but slow my payroll. Ayo, I'ma travel rise tours, slay shows, ride safe flows, go as far as the Barbados. On the turntable, sound like tornadoes. My topics perform like tropical storms. Yo, not to get on the whole spot to get torn. I keep the Metropolitan hollering and bring the dollars in. Keep the models following, wise as King Solomon. Come slow through the jungle like an animal. Invade any land, I go like General Hannibal. From Long Island to Queens, light up the New York scenes, all the way to New Orleans, everything in between. Left to go, blessed to show in Mexico. Next thing I know, extra core, I see Eskimos. Time to rock, get it hot. Soon as I get in there, spit in their ear, flow stay frozen when I disappear.
You can go up to a businessman and say, in '85, you ever heard of breakdancing? Yeah. You ever heard of rapping? You mean rapping a gift?
All of a sudden, just died out. Rapping took over and shit.
The dancing was really what catapulted rap music into like the media's eye. And it was really the media grabbing these b-boys and saying, hey, let's take these kids on tour, let's do shows, and hey, we want to bring these rap artists.
Rap had product. It had something that it could sell. It had music, it had CDs, it had records, and it's something that one could take home. You can't take a breaker home with you.
It lasted for a minute where you used to have dances for your stage show, but then after a while, it became more pop, so a lot of that phased out.
I think the MCs and the rappers out there have not really recognized what how b-boying opened doors for them.
When they say, yeah, I do hip-hop, it's like, but they're really trying to say, is I rap?
The thing that Run DMC represents is the thing that's going to not let people forget, us and KRS-One, of course, not forget about that time or that era where the whole culture of hip-hop was the music of hip-hop, which is rap, the dance of hip-hop, which was breaking, and the art of hip-hop, which was graffiti. Those things all were like 3 in 1, hand in hand. Once rap became a money-dominated entity, those things fell off.
Breakdancer really didn't play out per se. It's just that, motherfuckers over here is just too much of a bitch to understand what real hip-hop culture is.
The music. I tell a lot of b-boys, especially a lot of upcoming b-boys, They just see a circle when they just want to get down and just exploit their mood. But I always tell them, listen to a certain beat because that's important that when you go down, what you go down to.
I have videotapes of guys in Germany dancing to fucking Donna Summer's Bad Girls and Brooklyn rock into it. How do you Brooklyn rock to that?
Many of my B-boys around here, we always go down to the break beats. Like Apache was one of our favorite records around here. That's a B-boy anthem.
That's just it. You throw on some James Brown or some Just Begun. You could be dressed in a tuxedo if you're a real B-boy, and you got, I don't care if it's a little bit of top rock. You're gonna do something.
Well, all they had to do, man, was put that record on, man, that Just Begun joint. And that's when it was on, man. We got busy, man.
R&B funk is the music that we dance to. If it was funky, we dance. Although we could dance to a waltz, okay?
Planet Rock. That was the poppin' song.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly the breaking song, was it? Because it didn't have that beat.
It could be a day that you feel like, oh, I don't feel like catching wreck today. But play one of those records and your mind will change really quick.
Damn, when I first learned about the dance in '77, it was called B-boy. By the time the media got a hold of it in like '81, '82, it became breakdancing, and I even got caught up calling it breakdancing too.
Yeah, but you know what? That's our fault, kind of.
Of course.
When breakdancing went mainstream, and we started, dancing and going on tours and stuff like that, and people would say, "Oh, you guys are breakdancers." We never
We had to reinvent ourselves. You see, we kept walking around calling ourselves breakdancers. They're like, y'all them kids from the 80s, man. That shit is played out. But when we started calling ourselves B-boys, it was like, what? This is a new shit.
B-boy is that's what it is. That's why when the public changed it to breakdancing, they was just giving a professional name to it. But B-boy was the original name for it, and whoever wants to keep it real will keep calling it B-boy.
The real Rocksteady taking out these toys.
Yo, no matter where you're from, no matter where you're from, yo, no matter where you're from, no matter where you're from, everybody in the house. South.
I used to watch Rocksteady in the park, even when I had records out, they were still in the parks and in the clubs. And in South Bronx, that's where I wrote, and the real Rocksteady taking out these toys.
We would go to clubs. We would hear like South Bronx by KRS-One. We would just start screaming South Bronx, South Bronx.
Rocksteady became the image of all breakers everywhere, all serious breakers.
That record means so much to me. KRS-One gave us a place that no one can, like historically. That everything springboarded from that. got us more